Apparently, good morning. Apparently, we've had the apocalypse of weather start. Good morning, or afternoon I should say. It is Sunday, and it's been a great lazy afternoon. I have just been hanging out the house, kind of working on some stuff around the house, not doing anything. It's been wonderful. We're going to a movie tonight, but right now I'm gonna get done my Ask Aaron Anything questions. So let's start right off the bat with some questions from YouTube. Tech4 Networks asks, I'm currently interested in a 1 terabyte fully loaded MacBook Pro with Touch Bar. Do you think at over $3,600 it's overpriced and not worth it? Should I wait for next year's model? All my work is done from Chromebook or YouTube. Yeah, so the price of the MacBook is very high, but if you're gonna be using it all day, every day for video editing, things like that, I think it's worth the price. And for me, when I buy a MacBook, I like to buy the biggest and the best. That way, the cycle of needing a new one is a lot longer. A friend of mine who bought his like 4 or 5 years ago is still using his MacBook. So I think the price has to do with each individual person. It is a lot of money, but if you're gonna use it every day and it's gonna be something that you use as a tool, it's gotta be up to you. Now, if you have to wait for next year's model, you know, if you keep waiting for next year, it's always gonna be a bigger and better thing. There's always gonna be something coming out next year. So if you need it now, get it now. If you don't need it now, then wait. Now the new ones just came out pretty recently, so you're gonna be waiting quite a long time to get a new one. So if I had the money for a new MacBook, I would probably be getting a new one right now. Kevin Crossan, Aaron, do you use GoPro Studio or just import the video into other editing software? So all of the cameras that I use either have a micro SD or a regular SD card, and I import all of those videos into my iPad Pro using the SD card reader, and then I edit using Luma Fusion, which is actually just came out. There's a few bugs, but overall it's a pretty pro software for the iPad Pro. All right, so Kevin Crossan, his second question was, will you show and review your microphone setup on the GoPro? Absolutely. So here is my GoPro setup with the microphone. Now this is my upgraded version that I just got. Before that I was using this case right here that I glued or JB Weld, I used JB Weld putty to get a hot shoe on top of this for the mount of the microphone, but this finally came in. It took 3 months from China, but it's got a filter on the front for UV, and then it's an actual hard case for the GoPro. Now, here's my review. This GoPro adapter that you have to use to plug in your microphone is huge. Look at this. It's like a third of the size of the GoPro. Why? Why does it have to be that big? I don't know. Do you? So that's my only downside to this, is you've got this thing hanging out. And no matter how you choose to plug it in, it's gonna be this weird hangy thing somewhere. So I've experimented with all kinds of different ways to wrap the cord up and whatnot. And what I found is if you just kind of make it hang up here, right like this, and then you just twist the cord around it, you don't really notice it when you're holding it this way, like this. See, it's kind of invisible, but as soon as you turn it this way, why? I don't know. Anyway, so the microphone gives some great quality audio, and it's a pretty small setup to have a pretty decent video and audio setup like this. The case is just something that was fun. I saw it on Amazon, not a big deal, but this cost me the price of a cheap, I think it was $10 case, and the little top thing was $2. So this is what I started with. If you'd like some more reviews, definitely go check out The Adam Black. His YouTube channel is actually where I got the idea for the GoPro mount microphone, and he does a full how-to on how to make that for you. And then Aaron Balance Vlogs asks, when did you start teaching? Have you always been a kindergarten teacher? And also, could you subscribe to my YouTube channel? All right, so Aaron, I started teaching 11 years ago, so this is my 11th year teaching. I've always been a kindergarten teacher. Before I got my degree, I actually taught in a daycare for, I think, 4 years. And then, can I subscribe to my channel? Yeah, Aaron, I'll head over there and subscribe right now, my friend. And then let's go over to Facebook to see what Facebook comments I got. Question number 1, Tracy Finter, thoughts on your Apple Watch? I'm not wearing it right now. I absolutely love my Apple Watch. It's something that I use on a daily basis, and here is the number 1 thing I love it for. It's a second brain. Anytime I'm working and someone reminds me I need to do something either later or when I get home or when I leave work, I just say, hey Siri, remind me when I get home I need to pack for my trip, or remind me that in 15 minutes I've got a meeting, or remind me I need to pick up glue sticks on the way home. So those kind of reminders really help me remember to do things, because when I'm in the middle of teaching, if I don't remind myself later, I'll totally forget. So the reminders are amazing, and then getting things on the watch instead of having to pull the phone out is great. So for me, who I'm Apple, everything, the Apple Watch just totally fits into my lifestyle, and it's just become a very good tool to keep me on track. Isaac, glad to see you back. Thanks, Isaac. Yeah, I had the stomach flu. Not fun. And my last question, Amanda Starzinski. I'm glad you're feeling better. My question, did you get your belated Christmas birthday gift? Yes, Amanda, I did. In fact, I gave you a shout out a couple days ago. I believe Elizabeth is working on the thank you card with me. You know how Elizabeth is. She's the thank you card queen. Thank you so much, Amanda, for the gift. It's an awesome cast iron skillet. I've never used one before, so I'm going to have to figure out how to season it and whatnot. Anyway, that's all the questions I had. If you're new to the channel, I do an Ask Aaron Anything almost every Sunday. So either be looking on Facebook if you're following me on Facebook, or be looking for the video where I ask for questions. Look, Mavic, we could be out there playing if it wasn't for that stupid rain. It's okay. Maybe tomorrow, buddy. All right, we were watching the football game, but we are going to head to a movie. We're seeing La La Land. I'm gonna leave you guys here because I want to enjoy the movie. So thanks for tuning in. I'll see you tomorrow.
Go Cowboys!